What's up, my Madden Rebuild Warriors? Let's look at Week 10 and what happened here. On Thursday night, we had our Arizona Cardinals franchise folks team travel to the Carolina Panthers, another franchise folks team. As I've stated before, I'm not a fan of these guys playing against each other, but it is what it is. Cardinals pull it out. Kyler Murray, 352, touchdown. Didn't get it done on the ground here, but got it done through the air. Marquise Hollywood Brown. He's now a superstar dev thanks to this game. You got Trey McBride and Xavier getting that game winner in the fourth quarter. Owen Popo, another interception, a sack. BJ Ojolari's having a great year. JC Jackson, a midseason pickup there. Chris Abrams-Drainey, I believe that's his second interception. Doing well. My voice, what is happening to my voice early in the morning? Bryce Young has kind of fallen off here. This playbook was getting him an easy 325, 350 passing. And I don't know what's going on here. But Terrace Marshall has fallen off, I think, the last two games. It's now Jonathan Mingo's season. 13 receptions, 175, and a touchdown. Defensively, Derek Brown, Aldry, Sweat getting a sack, Brian Burns. So it was for Carolina, it was their offense just sucked. And then another two franchise-focused teams played here against each other. Chicago just didn't have it. Needed a 2-point conversion to tie the game, and they didn't get it. Drake May, 163 yards and a touchdown. Brian Robinson's season, as I try to catch up here with my mind in my mouth, 5.3 yards a carry. We had a playbook change here, but I think there's still something that needs to be fixed here. I'm going to discuss that in a sec with the Patriots, specifically the quarterback. But been having problems with the playbook and the offense, and we went to the Rams, and the Rams throws for 300 yards. And if it's not throwing for 300 yards, your running back's doing a lot of business. And the running back did do great this week, but Drake May has tight out on his one of his abilities, and that's all he has. Look at Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry is killing it the last couple games, especially since Drake May got his development revealed. And I think I gotta get rid of it because I think that him having only tight out causes him to check it down and throw these little tight end. I mean, look, he only threw to the tight end and the running back. So I think I gotta get rid of tight out on Drake May, so he'll throw the ball down the field. But the defense played phenomenally. They don't have the sacks, they don't have the interceptions, but a lot of knockdowns. Getting tough here. Cale Williams, he didn't throw any interceptions. They kept J.K. Dobbins in check. Blossom Game got the only touchdown. So Cole Kmet, he's back. Kind of taken away from the rest of these guys. It's a tough spot. The Patriots have a great secondary. We put together both Sweat brothers getting a sack in this game, but that was a defensive game. High scoring game here. CJ Stroud going off. Dameon Pierce is really coming on. Nico Collins, Tank Dell, big games. Yeah, this is really a good game, especially from the points perspective and for the Houston Texans. Cousins 275 and 2. Eckler 50 yards and touchdowns. Justin Jefferson, he might run away with this now as far as the best wide receiver if Marshall's going to have a fall off here. A good game. It's a good game. I recommend watching that. LA Rams getting a bounce back on the road. Matthew Stafford 352, 2-1. Bucky Irving taking over this running back spot over Antonio Gibson. Doing well. DeAndre Hopkins 8-171-1. Cooper Kupp's got his 100 yards. Puka 558-1, as you can see. Ernest Jones. Yeah, this NFC North division's getting tough. Not tough, but close. For sure is. Alexander's keeping pace with interception leaders here. Another one of our franchise-focused teams going on the road and just winning a defensive game. Defensive game. I gotta remember here. I watched this days ago, and now I'm doing. Yeah, it was a defensive touchdown. As you'll see in the thumbnail, this was when I upload this game. This was a defensive game all the way through. Golf 292, 101. I mean, their numbers are kind of decent. Sam Laporta, 70 and a touchdown. But defense gets it done in Tennessee. San Francisco wins the game. They should have won. Oh, McCaffrey here. Ronnie Bell having some moments here along with Danny Gray as that these wide receiver 2s and 3s because Devo's out. McCaffrey's had a great game. Lance McCutcheon. Yeah, they got a couple guys filling in here with Debo out. The Jets. I see my cat. My cat's gonna go nuts here, so if you hear her cry, just seeing ghosts or something. Cats are crazy. It's only me and her up right now. Philly's doing what they need to do. They want to get, Howie wants, the season's over, Howie knows it, and it's like, we want that first overall pick, and we want that to get draft capital out of that. We had our 2 Super Bowl runs back-to-back years. Yes, the Eagles lost to the Baltimore Ravens in our Super Bowl. It wasn't the Chiefs and the 49ers. Jordan Davis. So he's like, we gotta lose out here. Gotta get that number 1 seed, number 1 pick, trade back, and then pick up more picks, and then continue building this team around. Jalen Hurts will probably have a new coach. It is what it is. Franchise focus team here. Really disappointing, but I kind of expected this. Joe Burrow goes on the road, 213-1. Joe Mixon kept in check. They kept Jamar Chase in check because Rome Odunze is really the only guy that can do anything. Johnny Wilson's really fallen off. I mean, as Rome Odunze produces, we don't see Johnny Wilson. And I'm thinking about making Johnny Wilson, moving him to tight end come next season and pick up another wide receiver. Oh, that would be dangerous. Dangerous. Barrett Carter's having a great year for a rookie. Cam Taylor-Britt, Chidobe Awuzie, interceptions. Lamar actually did not have that great a game, but they got it done on the ground, kept the score low. Brian Thomas Jr., he's coming on. Couple sacks here, no interceptions, but yeah, some stupid decisions by Cincinnati in the red zone. From what I remember watching this game, like having Joe Burrow go for it twice, like in the red zone from shotgun empty draw plays. Get the hell out of here. Anyway, I expect us to bounce back on Thursday Night Football in Week 11. And then we have Los Angeles Chargers in Atlanta. Our Chargers are going to charge. They are another franchise-focused team, and we pretty much saw this coming. Falcons also know that they need to lose out here, and Herbert got himself Player of the Week in the AFC. I mean, he had a rushing touchdown, 4 passing touchdowns, no interceptions, over 300 yards. Josh Palmer, I mean, he's his guy, man. We're going to have to move on from Mike Williams. Not to talk about next year too much, but Josh Palmer's going to be the guy, along with Quentin Johnson. Quentin Johnson's like their leading wide receiver now, or something. Yeah, it's crazy. And he's the third wide receiver. Williams, Thule, Grover Stewart. We're going to have to make some decisions with who we're resigning there. But good win, and a much needed win there for our Chargers. This game was a score fest, as you can see. Denver really pulling away. Mac Jones, 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Devontae Williams, 41 yards and a touchdown. But Courtland Sutton, 2 huge plays. A 75-yard play. Marvin Mims had a 75-yard play. Zach Ertz got in the box. The storyline here is the 2 quarterbacks, both traded by our franchise teams, and kind of gotten their teams moving a little bit. Sam Howell, he puts up fantasy points. Kenneth Walker had a great game. Where are we going here? Looking at defense. The defense is, getting production here and there. So, you like points. It's a good game. Both teams don't have great records, but it is what it is. No one scored till the 4th quarter in this game. So if you haven't watched it, you're probably not going to watch it now. But the Raiders get it done. Baker 279, 1-1. Fullback gets the touchdown. Hunter Renfrow caught the touchdown. Tyrese Wilson. Yeah, not Will Levis. Will Levis had that one big game, and it's just fallen off a cliff since then. So, the greatest game. And watch this. For some reason, where is it? Yeah, for some reason, I bet you the YouTube algorithms are gonna push this game out to everybody. Like, it picks the most random games to push out to people, and they're not the good ones. I don't know. I can't choose how it does it. But anyway, Commanders at Cowboys. Commanders, a franchise-focused team, just not Justin Fields' day. They had some opportunities, but those turnovers really hurt them. They're killing it rushing-wise. Dotson having a really nice season now. Seki, Steady Eddie. Worthy got his 2 for 48 yards. Yeah, that's all he does, man. Payne, Jackson, Jamin Davis. But the Cowboys are just a different team at home. They're, early season struggles in the first 3 games. They're taking off here. Brandon Cooks with the 3 touchdown game. I'm surprised he didn't get consideration for NFC Player of the Week. But it went to Parsons for them. And he sort of maxed out. on his awareness. So disappointing there for Washington. They're still in the playoffs. And then we saw this coming. Excuse me. We saw this coming. The Browns needed to stay pace with the rest of the other two teams in the division. And they got that done. You know, plus Myles Garrett. Jeez. Myles Garrett is a beast. Kenny Pickett throwing for 351. Derrick Henry, 3 rushes for 9 yards. Guys, rush the ball. So that happened on Sunday Night Football. And like I said, we saw that coming. And then I did not see this coming. Obviously Buffalo was the underdog, but I thought Miami was going to get this one. I actually didn't think that Miami was going to get this one. Miami got this one, and they did it in a defensive battle, low-scoring game. Not like how they usually go at it here. But I thought the Bills had it. I thought the Bills, even though they were underdogs on the road on Monday Night Football, I thought the Bills were going to get it, and they did not. They did not play well enough, and they gave it up. So there you go. That was the Buffalo-Miami game to finish out Week 10. Now let's get into looking at the injuries going into Week 11. Before we get to the stats, rosters, injury report. There we go. Bears are clean. Bengals, Gadsden's out for 4 games, so that hurts them a little bit. Bills are clean. Broncos, losing Baron Browning hurts, and Singleton. Patrick, he's out. The Browns, big ones here still for the Buccaneers. They lost Vita Vea and Rachaad White. He'll be back in the game, but that was big for them. Cardinals are clean. Chargers are clean. 2 of our franchise-focused teams. Kelsey's now out for 3 games. There's really 4. Braden Smith is out for the Colts. Commanders, they just lost Charles Leno Jr. Cowboys are clean. Dolphins lost Van Ginkel. Eagles are clean. Falcons, that's a big one. Chris Lindstrom. 49ers, look at this. Debo and Chase Young. Tyus Bowser. Giants are clean. Jags clean. Jets, Barrett Tucker is out still. Dude, the Lions just keep losing linemen and people. Pascal's been out, I think, twice. Cooper's been out a while. Just lost Glasgow. Same with Packers. Gary and Jenkins are out. Panthers need to get Iguanu back soon. He's been out for a while. Patriots are clean. Franchise-focused team. This guy's been out forever. Kyron Williams is done for the year. Hampton, Taylor Lewan's out. Odafe Uwe is still out. Hurst, Kamara's been out forever. They just lost Breesy. Disley and Charbonnet. Charbonnet's out for the year. Steelers are good. Texans, they've lost another lineman. He's been out for a couple games, but they've had their share of troubles. Titans are clean. Vikings are clean, and that's injuries. Let's get to the stats, shall we? Matthew Stafford is the leading quarterback in yardage by a good amount here. Patrick Mahomes would probably be tied with him if he wasn't down a game, but Patrick Mahomes had a bye, so Patrick Mahomes needs to catch up. Matthew Stafford hasn't had his bye yet, I believe. So Matthew Stafford's leading, 3,000 yards. Bryce Young would be at 3,000 yards if he didn't get hurt. His completion percentage is slowly falling, and so is his yards per games. attempts are down, but Patrick Mahomes is the leader in touchdowns, 24-9. Justin Herbert's starting to catch up with him after that 4-touchdown game. Fields starting to catch up. I mean, Panthers would be better if Bryce Young had some more throw power and was a better thrower of the football. For sure. Completion percentage, it's now Herbert. Burrow just went down to 69. He was at like 71. Lamar Jackson has one of the best QB ratings. I mean, no doubt here. These guys run the ball a lot. They don't throw a lot. And they're able to keep their interceptions down. Excuse me. Kyler Murray, he's sneaky here, man. If you could get to like 20 touchdowns and keep that like 1 or 2 picks, say he doubles this and then does what he does on the ground, where is he at in the MVP conversation? McCaffrey's now the leader. You know, the cream rises to the top very slowly. He doesn't have the touchdowns. Dobbins is right behind him. You know, similar playbooks. Rachaad White is falling because he's injured. I'm sure Taylor will catch him. Dameon Pierce has been on a nice upward trajectory. Trayvon Henderson and A-Chains, they've both been at the top here for a while. Yeah, McCaffrey's the man. Receiving wise, Jonathan Mingo has, look at these guys, overtaken each other. Mingo has 69 receptions, but only 778 yards, while his teammate Terrace Marshall Jr. has 68 receptions and 984 yards. So Marshall's going to go over 1,000 yards probably in his next game. Maybe not. Maybe not. If he has games like he's been having, he won't. So the last 2 games, I don't think he went over 100 yards. But these 2 guys are getting it done. Kupp's right behind them. Joku. Kelsey's going to fall off because he's hurt. Justin Jefferson's the first to 1,000 yards, so he's starting to rise to the top. You know, McCaffrey, Jefferson, they're the best in the business for a reason. Calvin Ridley, you know, started off so hot. Touchdowns. So there you go. That's the offense part. Drew Tranquill, Quay Walkers, and Jordan Brooks have been in Clashman, and Lloyd have all kind of been here as far as solo tackles. Drew Tranquill has been slowly creeping up on the total tackles. So is Deion Jones. Sacks, it's Micah Parsons and Derek Brown. Could one of these guys, could one of these guys win MVP? I don't know. They got to get a lot more sacks. Garrett's starting to catch up. White, Gilmore, Alexander, pretty much the cream of defensive backs. But Tre'Davious White having a nice comeback year after missing with a ACL injury. Top offense, the Rams, Dolphins, Panthers, Bears, franchise focus team. The worst are the Giants, Steelers, Jets, Broncos, and Seahawks. Rams just over the Panthers for passing. Colts top rushing, followed by the Cards. Commanders, Falcons, Ravens, all similar playbooks. Points per games, the Cowboys now. Lions suck. Giants, Seahawks, Jets, Raiders, Texans. Guys, that's gross. Falcons, Chargers, and Dolphins, and Colts rushing touchdown leaders, most first downs. Chiefs, Rams, Chargers, Bears, Colts, Commanders. Best defenses: the Browns, the Colts, Bengals, Buccaneers, 49ers. Who's going to have the least amount of pass yards? The Browns, the Bengals, Colts, Buccaneers. least amount of rushing. The Dolphins, I mean, you gotta throw against them because you gotta score. Cowboys, hard to rush against. Rams, they're top. They were the best until they played our Cardinals, who just ran the ball all over them. The most points given up with the Panthers. I think that has a lot to do with their offense, not being able to stay on the field all the time. Like, their offense is a quick strike. They're either 3 and out or they score in 3 plays. The most sacks, the Browns and the Panthers, the Seahawks, Cowboys. Interceptions, Cowboys, Bills, Vikings. So that's the defense. All right, let's talk about some awards and Week 11 schedule. All right, so the weekly award winners: Dak Prescott for the NFC, Jordan Davis gets it for the Eagles on the NFC defensive side. AFC Offensive Player of the Week: Justin Herbert, our franchise-focused team player, and then you have Myles Garrett for the Browns getting 3 sacks. So those are your award winners. Great to see Justin Herbert. He will get +3 in his awareness going forward here. Congratulations, fellas. And then I also want to talk about the franchise-focused team's record as we look at a quick overview of the schedule. They went 4-4 in Week 10, bringing the total to 42-32 in the season for all of the franchise-focused teams. Now, let's get into each game individually for Week 11. Thursday Night Football kicks off with our franchise-focused team, the Cincinnati Bengals, against my favorite team, my hometown team, the Philadelphia Eagles. But, they got to lose here because they need that number 1 pick to do some damage going forward in their rebuild. But big spot here, bounce back spot for our Bengals on Thursday Night Football, and I see them doing that here. Short week, give it to the Bengals. And then we travel to Baltimore for the first 1 o'clock game. Denver coming off a win takes on Baltimore. I just don't see Denver going on the road all the way across in a different time zone and beating the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are now in the lead for the AFC North with tiebreakers. So, defending Super Bowl champs are starting to get on their run here as the season comes to that final stretch. And then a franchise-focused team of ours, they're the division leader at 4-5, and I'm not sure they're going to win this one either. The Rams are, I think, coming off a loss, and no, the Rams are coming off a big win. I can't remember. Darn it! But anyway, the Chicago Bears need to get this win, and at 5-5, could they really take control of the NFC North? We'll see. But also, these playbooks are very similar in style, so there's some narrative there for you. Here, Will Levis should get to 5-5. I mean, Atlanta has no business winning because they also are in a race with the Eagles for that number 1 overall pick. That tie is killing them right now. The tie for the Vikings is just somehow keeping them alive, and somehow this tie for Atlanta is just keeping them out of the number 1 overall draft pick. Franchise-focused team of ours, the Tennessee Titans, are on a nice run here, and they travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Can Tennessee to get to 7-3 and really take a commanding lead of the wild card, and give the Colts a run for the money, because the Colts, as you will see, have a really tough matchup this week, and a matchup we're looking forward to. So tough one here, but give me the Tennessee Titans. And then we just spoke about these Vikings. These teams are in it, and I'm going to give it to Detroit here, going on the road, going to 4-6 in Minnesota. I mean, Justin Jefferson is one of the best wide receivers in the game, but Detroit just they can't get on a run, but they just they're hanging in there, and I think Detroit goes on the road here and gets to 4-6. Then our Washington Commanders need to bounce back big, and they need to do that in the the Meadowlands. Washington Commanders take on the New York Giants. Commanders coming off a big road loss in Dallas, but Dallas is a different team at home. They need to keep pace in the wild card and keep commanding, commanding lead, or whatever record wise for that wild card spot. So the Commanders, I think, get it done here in New York. And then we have the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Cleveland Browns. Browns got to keep pace with the Bengals and the Ravens. So give me the Bengals here. The Browns here, I'm sorry. A tough spot for Vegas. But, I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas wins this somehow in like a defensive battle and just get that last second field goal. But I'm going to go the Browns here. Vegas doesn't have it. And then tough spot here for Indy on the road against Miami. Miami's coming off a big win at home on prime time against the Bills. So I'm gonna go with Miami here. I know I picked Miami to lose last week, and they won. So I'm picking them to win this week, and that means Indy's probably gonna win on the road. So don't listen to me, because what do I know? But give me Miami in a great game. Can't wait to see this one. And then Green Bay, they gotta win. I mean, is anyone gonna have a winning record in the NFC North? I don't know, because I could see the Bears losing this week. I could see Green Bay losing this week. The bottom two teams in the NFC North are, one of them's gonna win, but they're not. They're gonna only have 4 wins. So I don't know, but give me the 49ers. That's all I really got to say about this one. And then 2 franchise-focused teams here. I'm actually going to be tell you, I think the New England Patriots go on the road and beat the Los Angeles Chargers in a lower scoring game. They win 17-13. Something weird like that. 17, they win one of their low scoring games. I think they shut down the Chargers offense and squeak out another win for our New England Patriots. And then a franchise focus team here at home, Cardinals looking to get to 6-4, taking on Buffalo, coming off a tough road loss. It's another road game for Buffalo. This time they're in another time zone in the Dome. I don't know, tough spot here for our Arizona Cardinals. So give me Buffalo. I know I don't like it, but I'll be very happy if the Cardinals can squeak out a win here. And then the 4:15 game, Jets at Houston. Give me Houston. Houston isn't consistent either, but they're coming off a big win against the Vikings at home. Can Stroud get on a run here? And can they get back into the race of the wild card? They will if they get this win. So give me Houston here, 5-6. The Jets are just another one of these teams that are just, looking for draft capital. And then we got a good one here on Sunday Night Football. Dallas leaves Dallas, which is always bad for them. And they head to Tampa Bay to take on J.J. McCarthy and the Buccaneers. The only thing here that's really helping Dallas is that Rachaad White is injured and he's not coming back for at least another game or two. So I'm going to take Dallas here, but like I said, they're not a great road team, and this would be a really good spot for Dallas to lose. And then on Monday Night Football, Kansas City travels to Pittsburgh. Now, we've seen stranger things, especially with some of the losses for Kansas City, but I just can't see Pittsburgh, even though they're at home on Monday Night Football, rising to the occasion and really overtaking Kansas City. Although Kansas City is without Travis Kelce, so could that help Pittsburgh Steelers get a win here? Mike Tomlin's always been a 500 coach, and he needs to start winning some games here. Tough division, but give me Kansas City. I mean, you can't pick against Patrick Mahomes, but we've seen Andy Reid do dumber things, just not run the ball enough and lose games. So it's still early enough in the season where I think Kansas City is vulnerable. So give me Kansas City, but always worried when you're on a road game on Monday Night Football. So that's it, everybody. Thank you for watching. Again, this is a franchise, is a 8-team Madden rebuild. We play every game. We sim every game. We don't play. We sim every game. So we keep all the stats, in line with each other. Very in depth. Try to highlight and make sure you're aware of all the stats, the trades, the injuries, the results, draft picks, signings, re-signings, anything that needs to be related to you, relayed, I should say, to you. I try to do my best to make sure you are aware of all that stuff. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please give me your comments. Tell me how I can make this better, more enjoyable, more fun. Do I need less information and just get out the games more? Do you like the podcast and all the resetting of what's happening, what's going on? So thanks again, and we will see you again, my Madden Rebuilt Warriors.